Okay guys, so I got the first version finished. If you watch my video on the Warp 360 modification that I've done, I've decided there's still a few things I wasn't happy with on my first version. For the most part, I'm pretty happy with it, but I think probably just a couple more changes I wanted to make. So what I did was I made a complete new version. This is a new version, and what I'll do is I'll take this apart and I'll show you all the changes that I made. This is my second version of the first helicopter that I built with all the modifications, but I'm still using the same frame, same landing struts, same tail boom, but made a couple other changes to make it just a little bit better. Now, I don't know if you guys, if you have a Warp 360, there's this belt drive gear that comes with a kit, and I don't know if you notice when it's spinning, it wobbles quite a bit. It's not very precise. I think because the plastic is so thin, when it's spinning, it kind of wobbles all over the place. So what I did was I did some hunting, and I found this unit here. This one here, aluminum alloy. This was originally made for a JR Vibe 500, and this pulley here is super precise. Now with this modification that I made, now when you have auto rotation or you're spooling down, your main rotor spins and your tail rotor spins, which gives you, if you're doing an auto rotation, rudder control versus no rudder control on version 1. Works great, very smooth. What I'll do is I'll do a run up on this here. I'll spin it up and I'll show you how smooth this runs, how precise this this tail drive pulley works. Keep an eye on this thing. So I'm ready to fire this heli up now, and I'm going to show you how smooth it runs. One thing I forgot to mention was I replaced all the bearings in the helicopter. I used ceramic hybrid bearings in the entire helicopter. I found that the original bearings that came with the kit were really loose, poor quality. With these new hybrid bearings, the new ceramic bearings, it runs a lot smoother, a lot quieter. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fire this up right now, and you can see how smooth it runs. Now this tail here is a little bit different than my version 1. First of all, I'm using a Hawk RC tail case that fits over the tail boom versus inside on my first version, the original kit. This is a really nice, finely machined tail case, really good quality, heavy duty side plates, reinforcement, really good unit. Now the tail pulley I'm using is aluminum, 16 tooth, and this is also off a JR heli. Has the same 4mm bore in it, and that works fantastic. Now the tail pitch slider is the original tail pitch slider that came with the kit. The only thing I changed on this one is I changed the grips. Now these grips here, I made, what I did was I found a 500 T-Rex clone grip that I modified. And what I did was I cut it off just right where this hole is here. This blade mounting hole is here. This is 3mm, too big. I need a 2mm hole bore for this bolt here to attach the blade. So I cut it off here and drilled another hole around here, 2mm hole, and it just works. I wanted this particular model to be a little more heavy duty. These rotor grips are super strong, and this one works fantastic. The receiver I'm using is a Spectrum AR7200BX with the receiver and gyro in one unit. This is a great little unit. It's easy to adjust. It's compact, all in one. The servos are Servo King 995s, made in Taiwan. I know a lot of you guys are running MKS, but I'm thinking, from my experience, these servos here are as good, if not better, than the MKS. But that's my own personal opinion. The tail servo is a 995i. Now the other major modification was to the main rotor setup. Now what I'm using on this particular one here is this is a Galway X3 swash plate with the original swash drivers here, the Galway X3 main rotor hub. But on this one here, I'm using the micro heli aluminum grips and the stock feathering shaft. This is maybe a more traditional type setup than the DFC. I don't know if some people prefer this one setup. Some people like the DFC. But either way, I got it covered on both my models anyway. This is a great little setup right here. So in conclusion, I've done pretty well everything I could do with these helis. I can't think of any other changes that I can make to improve them. I think I'm pretty well maxed out of ideas. I don't think I can get these two helis to work any better. Especially the second version that I built is it's 100%. There's nothing else I can change. There's nothing else I can modify. All I have to do is give these a try. I haven't really had a chance to fly these. Maybe a little bit in my backyard, but I need to go to a park and really see how these perform. But so far, the balance is good. The main rotors on both work fantastic. I really like the servos. The whole new redesign that I did is just much better than the original. The original Warp 360 was a good concept, but I think there was I could have used a little more engineering. But I'm pretty happy now. I'm just going to move on to my next project. Anyway, thanks for watching.